First of all, today's Easter. Second of all, this is a joke scenario. Third of all, it's Moai time. Well, this is Easter Island right here, or the Moai Island. I mean, come on, it's just right here. The country of Chile owns it, so there's that. And, well, the Chileans, well, they give independence to Easter Island, because, you know, there's been some rebels going on. And so, of course, Easter Island is happy about that. So, to make this a little bit interesting, I'm going to give them a little bit of some territory, so you can see, like that. I mean, it's just one little pixel, of course. And, well, they're going to go to war. Well, Chile is scared of this, because, you know, it's the Moaians. Well, they're going to surrender. No, I'm joking. They're not going to surrender, of course. I mean, they think these tiny little rocks, or big rocks, are going to do nothing to the country at all. I mean, it's literally just a bunch of rocks living in the island. No more humans. It's just the Moai statues, which are, you know, moving. Well, of course, Chile is such a skinny country, and, you know, the Moaians are going to take a huge opportunity, of course, cut Chile into 2 pieces right here. Now it's 3 pieces. In this part right here in the north, Chile falls right here, and same goes right here. Well, Santiago is basically on the brink of capturing, and of course, well, Santiago gets captured, and of course, this leaves Chile to surrender. And let's go see the treaty. It's very simple, of course. I mean, now we have a big Moai empire now. And first things first, well, they're gonna go to war with Bolivia. They're gonna surrender right away. And of course, the Mayans are pretty ruthless, in which they annex the whole entire country, and that is the treaty right there. This country is looking a little weird, but, you know, it's just whatever, because, you know, Chile is such a skinny country because of its geography, and, well, there's that. Look at Argentina, looking pretty vulnerable right now. Well, Argentina's gonna call up some allies like Uruguay, or Uruguay, what the heck you pronounce that country. Well, Argentina, well, they didn't expect them to basically lose a lot of territory just like that within like 2 weeks. And, you know, invasion has barely started, and, you know, this is scaring off the whole world now. Buenos Aires gets captured, Argentina falls, the capital of Uruguay, Montevideo, well, that falls. And let's go see the peace treaty. So now is what the country looks like. It's looking a little bit better, slightly better, but Uruguay, well, they're a puppet state now. Paraguay is looking very vulnerable, and, well, the Moai send an ultimatum to Paraguay, in which they accept. There we go. Let's zoom out real quick. Looking pretty nice. So now it's time to go to war with the rest of South America. The Moaians are very, very, very excited to do this, and, well, Brazil's gonna involve in basically everyone, like I did say. But what about French Guiana? Yes, the French are going to get involved. And to make this more interesting, same as the British, because, you know, the Falkland Islands. Yeah, the Moaians are very, very excited to do this, because, you know, the humans are struggling to fight the Moaians. The Moaians have got very OP weapons, and the humans, they do have some pretty good weapons and tanks, of course, but the Moaians, well, they're just built different, of course. They are literally built different. Well, the Moaians were very confident. Well, now they're losing lots of territory in Bolivia, because, you know, they really weren't protecting Bolivia, of course. But, you know, they are, of course, going to invade Brazil, which that's a bit of an issue now. And, of course, the Moaians, being smart, of course, push up to the north. And then eventually, well, make a little bit of an interesting decision, basically cut off the Brazilians and Peruvians. But, of course, Ecuador does fall, and it's just now Peru. Brazil is massive, goodness gracious, yeah, they just, yeah, they're losing their core, the coast, of course, the core area of Brazil. But Peru does fall as well, and, well, Colombia, are dying, of course, and basically separate Brazil into Brazil. And because of this, well, all these guys right here in the north capitulate just like that, and it's time for Brazil, of course, to fall, and the Amazon rainforest now belongs to the Moaians. Of course, the Moaians are now taking good care of the Amazon rainforest, maybe. And, well, it's time for Brazil to basically surrender, in which they agree. So, there's that. Now let's look at the peace treaty real quick. And so now the Moaians own a huge majority of South America. But, of course, to make things a little bit fair, they did puppet in the northern part of South America. But why is French Guiana military occupied? Oh boy, they did not sign a treaty with the French and British, of course. should sign a treaty in which they're, because you know how scared they were? They agree. Now let's look at the final treaty of this war. The whole world has to do something about this. The United States is a little bit, you know, worried about their democracy and freedoms and whatever the heck is going on in this country. They're scared of that, of course, being taken away from them. In which, of course, NATO is created. But the thing is, though, I forgot to tell you at the beginning of this video, there's no NATO, no UN. So, of course, the US is going to have to create some allies, of course, and create a military alliance. And if you notice the pattern right here, a lot of these countries that are not in this alliance are landlocked. So, they're not really that worried about themselves, but some countries also just don't really care about this and also kind of think it's a hoax for some reason. But in reality, you're being a little bit silly right now. But, you know, this is what we got, of course. And, you know, we do have some countries right here being a little smart in joining this alliance. But, you know, we still have Giga Chad, Switzerland, and Austria, and Liechtenstein. Where is there to expand? Well, I gotta color this alliance into a different color because, you know, they're gonna go to Africa, of course. But to make a really quick decision, Guinea-Bissau joins this alliance now. But Guinea, Togo, Burkina Faso, Mali, Mauritania is now at war with the Moai Empire. They, well, get quickly wiped out just like that. And, well, let's go see the peace treaty real quick. And so yeah, there's that. Well, now we have some very scared countries going to join this alliance, like Niger and Syria. So, 2 countries have joined this alliance now. And to make this interesting, well, an asteroid hits Western Sahara pretty much perfectly. And, well, they have just moved somewhere else, but they didn't sink to the ocean, though. I guess the asteroid did give Western Sahara some powers to move somewhere else on Earth. And, you know, you guys can find that on your own later in this video, or you know, right now. But we gotta get into the wars, of course. Like, who cares about this right now? Well, the Moaians, well, unfortunately for them, they don't really have any choice but to go to war with the rest of the world. And that is unfortunate news for the Moaians. But to make this a little bit interesting, though, they're going to annex, you know, this little Colombia, Guyana thingamajig right here. So right away, the Moaians have been preparing a lot, and of course push into Central America and the Caribbean just like that within 2 seconds. But because, you know, they're a little bit of a continent away, well, unfortunately for them, their little African colony falls to the ground just like that. And of course, the Americans do help out the Central Americans right here and push back the Moaians. But unfortunately for them, their strong weapons, quote unquote, strong weapons, the Americans, cannot stand up to the Moaians, which some of them don't even have weapons. They're just like walking, marching, just, you know, going across the whole entire subcontinent to basically a region, not subcontinent, basically obliterate the humans. And unfortunately for the Americans, lots of the Caribbean territories, like the Caribbean island, like Puerto Rico falls and Cuba falls, and now it's time for the Bahamas to fall. And now a push into the United States is made. But the thing is, though, we do have some interesting things going on in Mexico, of course, which, you know, are the, how do I say this, the bad guys. And, well, they're going to create, like, their own little empire right here, of course, selling not some good stuff. And, of course, the Moaians are not happy about this, and the Americans now have to fight these. It starts, we call these people with a C, by the way, and ends with, like, an L. But, of course, if we describe the whole people, then we have to add an S, of course, at the end. So there's that in the Americas. Already, it's going pretty bad. But right here in Africa, well, unfortunately for them, we have this. But of course, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Malawi, and Eswatini and Lesotho, or Lesotho, my bad, all pretty much get swept out like that. And it's just not going so well. You know, Africa is not going to really last that long. And, you know, it's just going to go so well. Chad joins, because, you know, it's Chad, well, they push back the Moaians, of course. But actually, the Chadians and the Moaians both agree to a little bit of a secret alliance. So, of course, Chad leads this war, in which everyone's confused. But we'll talk about that later. I did not forget about Oceania. New Zealand, you will not be forgotten that you're the first Oceanic country to fall. And same goes with here with all of these other islands, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, I don't have any viewers from these countries, so I can talk trash about them whenever I want. Okay, I'm joking, I'm not going to. And of course, we got the kangaroos and the Moaians, so now the Australians are hiring up some emus and kangaroos to fight back the Moaians, and the Moaians are a little bit scared of that, in which of course, the Australians immediately kick out the Moaians out of their country. And Papua New Guinea falls, and same goes the whole entire island, the Papua Island, and same goes with what the heck's going on here. And well, the Philippines fall, and it's not going so well in Asia, of course, and Brunei falls. Well, Chad, right? Well, the Moaians are now approaching Chad, in which now they touch Chad, in which Chad's gonna like, alright, let's do this. In which, of course, Chad, of course, well, of course, it's going to, of course, take down Africa, of course, and the whole world, of course. Okay, I'm going to stop saying those two words now. Maybe. Well, of course, the Chadians now push up into Libya, and well, unfortunately for you, you don't look as strong as you think you are, and unfortunately for you, your north falls. Same goes with your capital, N'Djamena. The Nigerians, of course, push back, and same goes with the Sudanese. Going back into the Americas, of course, these bad guys get pushed back to the American troops. I cannot speak. And now we have a bit of a stalemate going on over here, so that's great. Well, of course, America thinks they're winning. In reality, they just lost Hawaii, and now a landing is made into Florida, in which your whole entire state is gone. It seems New Orleans, so congratulations. Same as Atlanta and Georgia. A big push into the United States is made, and of course, Texas has fallen, Los Angeles has fallen, California's fallen, and now push into Canada's made, and basically everyone just falls over here. New York falls, the whole entire American country falls, and that is the first superpower to basically fall in this war. Yeah, this is what's going on, and of course, well, Chad is going to be saved, and then of course, a push into India and China's made. Things to Japan and the Koreas, and you know, it's not going so well for these guys, and you know, I don't know what's up with these, you know, silly little countries not doing so hot, of course. And you know, well, we got this, and then a push into Central Asia's made, of course, because you know, Central Asia, they got Mongolia as well, and you know, well, China falls, and then a push into Russia's made, and you know, it's just not gonna go so well for these guys, of course. It's just the Europeans left, UK falls. Basically, everyone falls, Moscow falls, and just like that, the last remaining country, Russia, or, wait a second, Australia? You're still standing around. Well, of course, emus and kangaroos are, of course, going to fight back the Moaians until it is too late. Yeah, your dreams are fallen. Wait a second, Western Sahara, what are you doing in Antarctica? Oh, okay. Bit of an interesting choice. And which, of course, Western Sahara is going to join the Moaians and go to war with Antarctica. And of course, Antarctica falls. And the penguins, well, they have to go to some other planets. You know, it's just these stupid little Moaians, stupid little rock heads, rock statues, whatever you call them, now control the world. And same goes with the Chads, of course, and the Western Saharan people. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and well, you should click on this video right here, and if you enjoyed, you should subscribe.